Well, hey guys, Dave here. I'm setting out in my backyard. I'll give you a quick little tour. So, the reason I'm making this video today is because anytime you look up any type of economical news or crypto or anything like that, all you see are all of these videos where all these people are like, and they got fire behind them and blood and everything. It's all gonna crash, it's all gonna crash, it's all gonna crash. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not gonna crash. If you look, the dollar is stronger than it's ever been. And I just looked, before I started to make this video, I just looked up to see what the euro was doing against the dollar. And you know that the dollar and the euro are even now. How long has it been since the dollar and the euro have been even? The euro has always been more valuable than the dollar, but now they're even. That means that the dollar is strong. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that they want the markets to crash, especially the younger, the Zoomers and the millennials, because they think, well, if the economy crashes, then I'll be able to buy a house. But if you look at anybody who's in the know, the housing market is not going to crash. I lived through 2008. The reason why 2008 happened is because all of these shady ass banks were giving money to people that didn't have the money. It was just so loose in lending. And all of these people bought properties, and then when the market went down, they were underwater. Today it's totally different. Like, I bought my house 2 years ago. I've got right now over $160,000 of equity in my house. Not because of anything special I did, it's just because that's the market. It's because there's more people out there trying to buy than there exists housing. And me, as a consumer, I wasn't like those people that were shady when it came to their finances. I put $48,000 down on my house. I have money in the bank. I have a really good job. I had to do all of these things I had to jump through all these hoops. It took me like 6 months to buy my house because of all of the bullshit that the bank made me go through. So they're not loaning to people who are sketchy like they did in 2008. Now you got to prove all your finances. You got to show them all your tax returns. You got to put money down. I put 20% down. You know, you got to do all these things. It's not like 2008. So all these people that are lying to you on YouTube saying, oh, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, they're lying. Now, I would agree that because of climate change and droughts, that there could be some shortages when it comes to food, and there's still some problems due to COVID in the supply chain. But all of these people that are fucking screaming that the sky's falling are just a bunch of Chicken Littles. That's why they put all these, crazy ass, pictures on their videos of them, because it's just a way to get clicks, man. You got to be smarter. It's just a way to get clicks. I promise you. Yes, we'll probably go into a recession. Yes, interest rates are going up, but if you do any type of research, go back and look at interest rates in the 80s. In the 80s, this is under Reagan, not under Carter. Everybody loves to blame Carter, but look under Reagan, like in 84, 85. Interest rates were 10, 12, 14% on houses. What is it today? Maybe 6? It was way more than it is today. Inflation was a big deal. That's when, after Reagan left office, George H. Bush, the father, came up with his trickle-down economics, or what it was called voodoo economics, which led to pretty much a crash. And then Clinton came in, and then because of the dot-com, the economy went up, and then we had, he was able to pay off the deficit, blah, blah, blah. That's history. But I'm just saying that we have more jobs being created now. People are making more money. Everybody's getting paid a lot. Yes, inflation is up, but that's due to the years since, because when 2008 happened and Obama came in, the Fed was trying to get us out of pretty much the biggest recession we've had since the Great Depression. So that's why they, lowered standards and lowered lending practices. And for all of these years, going back to 2009, 2010, for over a decade, we had these really cheap money. So it just built to a mountain. It just built a mountain of free money, and eventually the mountain's got to fall down. And it did because of COVID and because of supply chain issues and all of that. And it just ended up being the perfect storm. So we're going to wave our way through this inflationary period, and then it's going to go away like it always does. If you look back in history, going all the way back to the 1929 crash, it's always risky lending and speculation that leads to these crashes. And then you get through it and it's done. It's not the end of the world. But everybody out there that's thinking there's going to be like a big huge, like the market's going to go to zero and all this stuff, they're full of crap. They know it isn't. They're just trying to get clicks on YouTube. But I do believe that we could have some food shortages, mainly due to climate change. And, especially here in Texas, we're not getting any rain. I can't remember the last time we had rain. It's been a couple months now. And so that's really going to affect our, corn crops and our soybean and our freaking cotton and things like that. And especially our beef prices, because farmers can't afford to feed the cows. So they're sending a lot to market. So what's going to happen, initially there's going to be a glut of beef, the price is going to drop, but then, say 4 to 6 months later, you're going to see prices in beef go way up again. And that's because of a shortage due to the farmers that are having to sell now because of these drought conditions. So just take a chill pill, do your research, and don't listen to these people that say the sky is falling, the sky is falling. This is Dave, Zoe Zizzles, have a good one, bye.